know I got the receipts, girl. You know I got the receipts. Shekinah Joe recently went on Instagram Live, and during the live when she began speaking on her past with T.I. and Tiny, Shekinah got very emotional. During the video, she cried, screamed, laughed, and took us on an emotional roller coaster that was not only filled with tea, but it was actually an insight into what the friendship was actually like with Tiny. Shekinah said that she was not treated right by Tiny and that T.I. never liked her, that there were many times where T.I. was verbally abusive to her. He constantly referred to her as the help and often embarrassed her publicly. She recalled a time on an airplane where they were all sitting in first class, and when T.I. got on the plane and saw Shekinah sitting there with them in first class, he stated, "How did the help," referring to Shekinah, get in first class? Shekinah also said that she brought business ideas to Tiny that Tiny never acted on, and even has a developed TV show that Shekinah created. Tiny will not release it. She also said that Tiny wanted her to fight Britney Spears for her because she was dating T.I. Shekinah said she did not fight Bernice because she was not anyone's goon or lapdog, and that Bernice didn't do anything personally to her, so she would not fight her for Tiny. She even shouted Bernice out during this live, saying, "Hey Bernice girl, you did nothing to me." Now, Shekinah's live was very, very, very emotional, and it's clear that Shekinah is hurt by T.I. and Tiny. Now, T.I. responded to the Bernice claims on the Tigger in the Morning show, saying that he calls for no parasitic activities in the year 2022. He didn't specifically say that Shekinah was a parasite, but what does that mean? You know, we know what he was alluding to. And Tiny posted her response to her Instagram saying, "If you don't have any proof that whatever you be talking about is working for you, man, do everyone a favor and shut your ass up." In my opinion, Shekinah put a lot into this relationship and Tiny did not. She put in more. Tiny really wasn't interested in having a friendship with Shekinah. It may have all been about business. You know, she was paying Shekinah to be on their show. I believe Shekinah said it started off $500 an episode and then it went up to $10,000 or $12,000. Shekinah is a force to be reckoned with of her own. She has her own hair salon. She is doing well in that area. She has very established clients, celebrity clients. So it's not like she needs T.I. or Tiny's money at this point. I do believe that their friendship was just one-sided. Now, the claims of T.I. being verbally abusive, that's all alleged. You know, we don't know if that was taking place because we have not seen anything like that. But it's never been a secret. Shekinah has always said in the past that T.I. does not like her. Now, I don't know if it is it because she's loud and perceived as ghetto, and you know, some men don't want their wives around a woman that is loud like that. But it doesn't seem that Tiny was putting in a lot of energy to the friendship, and it just seems what Shekinah was putting in, she was not receiving in return. There was a lot of business opportunities and business ventures that the two of them took part in, and Tiny is sitting on those ideas. Girl, give me my ideas, give me my invention, give me my show. If I put in money and you're not really, give me me. So it seems like Shekinah would have to spend more money. She keeps saying she spent money on lawyers and money buying her name, buying her trademark, and all these things. Girl, gonna seem like you have to put more money in to get Tiny up off that show, to get her up off that dryer. Honey, give Shekinah her dryer, give her her things, give her clothes out that dryer. Shekinah said she want her dryer. So it's sad because we all thought, we watched the show, we watched their public friendship, and we thought that they were like sisters because that's what they've always portrayed. But you know what they say, what goes in the dark, we never know what's going on in someone's house. We don't know what's going on in someone's friendship at this point. Now, who's to say who's right, who's wrong? We don't know because we were not in that friendship. We don't know who's right and who's wrong. We can't say that T.I. verbally abused her because we were not there. We don't know what personally went on. But it's just sad. It's just sad to see. Shekinah, is obvious that she's hurting. She feels as though she was emotionally robbed. She put a lot in a friendship and she just did not get nothing in return. She feels as though Tiny is just evil. She doesn't have feelings. How dare you walk all over my feelings like this? You were never my friend. I put so much into this and I got nothing. But, that's just a lesson learned. Now you just go on with your life and leave the people alone. Like you said, leave those people alone. But one thing I will attest to, when Shekinah said that, she has had to not partake in a lot of business ventures and things because being locked in with Tiny and T.I. business-wise, and I would have to agree with that because there were several times that I reached out to Shekinah and her team for an interview, and we were trying to negotiate it, and it was right around the time with the Sabrina situation, and legally Shekinah and her team was saying that she could not really do any interviews at that time. But, there was a bag involved. It was a business opportunity, and still and yet, like she said, she lost a lot of business opportunities because having to sit, because of their situations. So I will agree with that. She did lose out because she lost out on a bag with me because she could not do any interviews. And I got emails to prove that. I got receipts. So yeah, this is a sad situation. You could tell that she's hurt. And, I just leave them people alone, girl. Go on about, you got a lot to offer. It's obvious that she's smart. She's talented. You can see that, the two were just not equal. And as far as women are concerned, as far as intellectually and business wise, Tiny might be, some say a pretty face, the light skin syndrome, the pretty girl syndrome maybe, and the industry is more open to that light skin, image. Shekinah is the brown skinned girl, the tag along friend, and she just was always in the shadow of Tiny. So just move on with your life, get away from that thing, girl, and just do your thing. You're successful, you're bright, you got a big future ahead, and just do you.
Guys, sidebar conversations, please.
All right. What about
I've told you this is this is like the fifth time I've told you that, right?
Yeah, sixth time.
Like, stop. For real, stop.
He mean as fuck.
I'll just keep it real, man. Like, you haven't been here.
I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Yeah, it's the whole show.
Yeah, she's been doing it the whole show. I'm not mean as fuck. I just have rules. Simple.
All right, go ahead.
It's podcast.
Damn. What I look for in a man in club, that's like approaching me.
Hold on. Excuse me?
You mean?
I'm not mean at all.
Okay, I don't care.
Have you been here the whole time?
No.
All right, then. So you don't know what was happening, right?
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, then. So how you going to come on somebody's show, not know what go down, and say, oh, you're mean?
It don't matter. I can say what I want.
Okay, well, you can get the fuck off the show, too.
I don't give
Man,
a fuck.
Get off the show,
chill,
too.
man. What? Chill out, bro.
Listen, don't do my baby like
Nah,
that.
you can go.
Chill. She ain't gotta
You're not
go.
going to come on the platform disrespectful.
Nah, chill, bro. She ain't gotta go nowhere.
No, she
chill.
could go.
Chill, bro.
I don't have to.
Chill.
Come on, baby. We don't have to be this mean.
give
We
a
can
fuck.
all be.
Listen.
Come on.
Chill out, bro.
Let's calm
I'm
down.
sorry.
He's hot. I'm calm.
No, I'm
We're good.
very calm, but it's like, bro, you got to show a little bit of respect on the
It
platform.
It's
is
cool,
respect.
bro.
You talking about
Chill.
other shit. I say you mean. It is what it is. What the fuck you want me to say?
That's
You
not the truth,
mean,
though.
You mad about I said mean? You grown as hell.
Well,
Yeah, well.
Okay. So earlier on the show,
Fuck.
there's a little back and forth. So he was just telling her to chill because it was like 5 times he told her to like chill.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Okay, but I said he mean. Why he want to stop the shit?
Well,
do some dramatic.
because you don't know what was going on.
we are
I don't
hosting the
know.
show.
It's good, though, bro.
Why
Hey,
would
yo.
that piss you off?
Chill, bro. It's
No,
all right. We all right. We good.
He want a
I mean,
moment. Get it slow.
We good. Let's keep going, bro. We all
I want to
right.
leave.
Let's keep the
No,
baby.
don't
You
leave,
got
please.
I won't.
Please.
Okay, just like from here on out, like please,
I'm on his
one
ass,
at a
he's
time,
tripping.
because we're going to the show
we'll
right now,
start
okay?
it over. I promise I won't say nothing. I
This
promise.
is the 5th time.
Okay.
You said that last time.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Okay, let's start
Go
it
ahead.
over. Okay.
Part.
Daddy pop for tomorrow
That's
morning.
messed up.
I need
Messed up.
one. Venmo me or
When it comes to dating and your personal preferences,
It's
no
an
one
issue.
bats an eye. When women say, I want a man that's 6 feet tall, makes a certain amount of money, blah, 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 those are considered preferences. But if I say, hey, man, I don't date black girls like that. Oh, God.
You hate black women.
how dare you?
You know what I'm saying? It's
Exactly.
ridiculous.
My mom's black. Your mom's black.
Yeah.
My sister's black. Like, bro, we just have a preference.
If we hate a black woman, would we bring African American women and black women on the show?
Okay, but
all the time.
the question.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay,
We would
please.
not if we had an issue with them. Our dating preferences are our preferences. Just like you have the prerogative as a woman to date a man that makes a certain amount of money, a height, income, whatever it is, no one bats an eye. We are free to choose who we want to hook up with and date. Like, what the hell? Like, there's nothing wrong with having preference.
black. Oh, it's funny. I never used that one, bro. But hey, man.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like
Nah,
that.
man.
We ain't night riders.
Nah,
So,
bro, I'm good.
Sometimes if they're, red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay. So last one, guys.
Final round.
Now we're not going to mention names for certain reasons, right?
Yes, yes.
For a bunch of legal implications. But if you guys are in our community, we talk about.
So this topic, I was really interested to know what you guys think about this topic. Do you think that Asian Doll came in with the wrong attitude when the host was unnerved by the sidebar talking? Do you believe that he had a point about the sidebar talking? Well, here's my opinion. You guys drop in the comments and let me know if you're catching the replay. And if you're in the chat, please let me know what your thoughts are about this. Now, in my opinion, I believe he was totally wrong. He was disrespectful. There was a way that he could have chosen to speak with her. Now, I'm getting ready to make a point that I hope does not offend anyone, but I just have to say my true thoughts and my true opinions. I believe that he could have handled himself a better way. The sidebar talking is very disrespectful when you're having a podcast setting. People are talking. Everyone deserves their turn. He could have communicated that in a different way. Coming off at her like that was very disrespectful. Now, judging from my opinion and watching previous shows, that particular host, he has a problem with disrespecting women. He comes off disrespectful. The way one of the ladies was talking in the next clip when we watched, he shut her down. Like, listen, I'm talking, you stop, you wait until I get done. So he's really comes across as disrespectful to females. I don't know him personally, so I don't know if that's what he does in his everyday life, but it just when he's on camera and they're doing the podcast, it gives, I'm in charge, respect me, you're a female, sit down, I'm talking, you wait your turn, don't interrupt me. So that's what it gives in his delivery. Now, Asian Doll, she's very hood. That's Queen Vine. She's hood when she's rapping, when she's on her live. That's her disposition. She's Queen Vine. She's taken this Queen Vine persona to a whole nother level. So that's just what she gives. That, in the younger generation, that's just how they communicate. They don't have respect for one another, yet alone anyone that they perceive to be lower than them. I mean, if you have a higher social media platform or you're so-called celebrity, they feel as though they might be of a higher standard than you. So they could have been having a power struggle. That's what I sense. They could have been where she's a assertive, domineering female, and by him being that person that is like, listen, you're gonna wait your turn, you're gonna speak when I tell you to speak, you're gonna wait till I get done talking. He just wasn't with her attitude. Now, both of them, they were both hot-headed and both hot-tempered. But as a woman, she didn't deserve to be disrespected like that and embarrassed in front of a table full of people. And then it was the other woman that was of a different nationality that did it for me. I mean, okay, babe, do we have to be, it's like, girl, you know how he act, and so you don't have to try to side along with him, you know what I mean, because you know how he acts and you know how he treat females. Asian wasn't going for any of that. She sensed it and she wasn't having it. And then it further solidifies it when we hear the next clip and they're talking about, their preferences. I mean, since this has come about, those reports have surfaced that they made some pretty nasty comments as it pertains to black women. But it doesn't surprise me that they don't like black women and that they don't date black women, because, I mean, look at the treatment that she got on the show. Now, the way they chose to speak about black women, it just was very distasteful, but it just shows how people really feel about black women. But the women that they choose to date, it seems as though their personas and their aesthetics are black women in nature. It's like, just because it's not the everyday looking black woman, they still got the weaves, they still got the lace fronts, they still wearing their clothes like black women, they still trying to, have a black woman swag, which you will never have. But they want to bite off of a black woman's aesthetic, but they're not black, they're their nationality. So it just goes to show you that there's just yet another male that is wanting to give their point and their prove as to why they don't like black women, why black women need to just be cast aside yet again. But it's not for me to sit up here and say what black women, what our issues are with black men or what our issues are. It's not for me to sit up here and say that, because my preference and what I feel and how I feel about things are totally different than what your opinions might be. But one thing I do know, black women love hard. They're always, sticking by black men, through ups and downs, jail, holding them down. You don't got no job, I'm sticking by you, I'm paying for everything, I'm bringing you along. But still and yet, when you hear these other men that don't like black women, you hear how they speak about casting the black woman aside. It's just unsettling, because black women are always there, for black men, holding them up and holding them down. Black women don't really tend to jump off the ship and go to other races. They stick with their black men. So it's really disheartening to hear those type of statements. I just hope that, as this world, as we evolve, that more conversations can be formed around this topic, so that we can really get to the bottom of what is it that these men, need to be educated on. What type of education do we need to give them? You have black mothers, sisters, aunts, you admit that you have, so what is it that, you're loud, you're this and that? No, it's more than that. You just can't give me the loud syndrome. I think it's more intimidation and more of black women are strong and assertive and just not going for a lot of things that other races might be going for. So we just need to know the real tea, okay? Stop trying to put it on that, oh, you're loud, oh, you're this, oh, you're that. No, it's more to it than that, okay? Give us the real tea. Sometimes I'm a little intimidated. I don't like strong women. And sometimes, we don't know anything other to be but been strong. So we're the mothers, the fathers, we got to keep everyone lifted up. So, black women have a lot on their plate. Some of that can come out in stress and be perceived, as angry and upset, but we have a lot on our plate. But black women are some of the most loving and caring women in the world. We love hard, and, once we love on someone, we love on them, and honey, we love hard. But that's why I tell my sisters we have to come together. We got to start sticking together more, because there's so many people that are already ready to throw us away and cast us aside. And that's why we got to start coming together more as one, as black women. We got to start coming together and stop tearing each other down, because the world is doing a great job of that already. Britney Spears recently shared photos to her Instagram, wearing nothing but a choker and knee-high socks with her body parts covered by an emoji. She captioned the pictures as saying, "Free woman energy has never felt better." Back in the summer, she shared a series of censored nude photos, and this was during the time she was battling to have her father removed as her conservator. Now, while Britney's photos back in the summer led fans to worry and question her mental stability, it now seems that some fans are praising Britney for her decision and the post, believing that she's in a much happier place now that she's been freed from the conservatorship. Speaking out against possible critics on the photo, one of her fans wrote on Twitter, "I don't care what Britney Spears does as long as she's happy. Y'all better leave her alone and let her live her best life. She effing deserves it." Another one added, "I stand by Britney Spears and whatever she posts on Instagram." Another fan said, "Britney is the energy we need more of in 2022. In November, Britney said that she felt that her parents should be put in jail for putting her under a conservatorship for 13 years. The controversial conservatorship was ended in September, with the judge stating that it was no longer required. Now, in my opinion, when I'm watching Britney, while it all appears fun and games and it all appears that she's free and happy, we need to be going around there. Someone needs to please go check in on Britney and be sure that she's mentally stable. We don't know what that conservatorship entailed. A lot of it was surrounding her mental capacity and her ability to be in a sane frame of mind, her ability to make decisions, her ability to be responsible with her finances and her body. And whatever that means, her body, whether it be putting drugs, whether it be mismanaging herself, that's why that conservatorship was in place. When you see people acting erratically and that their thoughts and their behaviors are all over the place, this is a cause for concern. This is not a time to laugh, joke, or make any fun or make light of anything. That's a time to be concerned, and that's definitely a time for someone to be checked in on. So maybe someone needs to go on around there. She's twirling. The girl is twirling. All right. Now we know Britney, one thing about Britney, she gonna twirl. Okay, but we need to check in on Britney, and we need to be sure that she is mentally stable. This is what everyone was concerned about. You know, that child that's been sheltered, that's been kept in all those years, and then once they're free, they're like a wild child. They're all over. They're like a kid in a candy store. They haven't been around a lot of things, and they've been shielded. So this is what they were concerned about, and this is what everyone was fearing, that there might be some sort of mental instability going on. And if that's so, then they need to check on Britney, and they need to put the proper people in place to keep an eye on her and to make sure that she doesn't, do anything that would harm herself and put herself in danger. So at this point, that's really all that anyone should be concerned with. I know, live your best life. Like I said, Britney gonna give us a cheerleader routine. She's gonna give us a twirl. She's gonna give us the pom-pom girl look. But at the same time, it's all fun and games till it's not fun and games anymore. So someone need to go on around there and check on Britney Spears. Britney is freed. It was all free Britney, and it was all cute. But these behaviors that we're seeing on Instagram, please go check on her. The photos were racy. It's erratic, and the behavior is a cause for concern. All right, so that concludes this video. Be sure to comment your thoughts below, and make sure you like this video, share the video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.